Goodman, I understood, he bought land from one teacher hall. Teacher hall had a school.
Yes.
Right there. So he bought land from Teacher Hall, and that was where the Yorktown Church was built.
Yes.
Okay,
And Teacher
okay.
Hall was living nearby.
Nearby.
Yeah. And so when he went from New Gardens to Yorktown, and then Reverend Hill continued at New Garden until it was given over to the United
Brethren
Church.
Church. So here we have now a church is established in Manchester by Pastor Brody, and we have Mr. Goodman, Pastor Goodman, in Clarendon, starting one in Clarendon.
Yes.
So we see the church spreading from the east, going over to the west. And here we have the establishment of various churches. So, Auntie, you can continue. Let us hear more about the Manchester work.
Land was acquired near the Kendall Road, as I've said before. A building was erected, and the church with Reverend Brody still being the pastor. After leaving Anbury and going up to Kendall Road, the building was erected on the hillside. When after the government was constructing the highway, that hillside had to come down, and therefore the church building that was there was demolished, and then we come down to where the present building is now.
Yes.
Okay. Then they went across to New Green, and New Green Church started, and the brethren from Battersea, as it was known then, they went across to New Green to assist in that new work. And the pastor there at the time, when they started and built up the church, was Reverend Hubert Reed.
Reverend Pastor Hubert Reed.
Pastor Hubert Reed,
Hubert Reed
was the one who was the pastor for the New Green work. And they were assisted by the Battersea brethren. So they continue. I'm not sure of how all the churches started in the West, but I know some of the pastors who have served, such as Hubert Reed, as I've said, at New Green, Pastor P.A. McLean at Burn Savannah and Santa Cruz.
So we had a work in Santa Cruz. There was a church in Santa Cruz.
Yes, we did. We did have a church in Santa Cruz. And I currently remember a young lady from that church went to Jamaica Bible School. Her name was Relda Johnson, from the Santa Cruz Church. And we touched on Yorktown already. Yorktown was given over to UB by Reverend Goodman after he returned to the United States. Content was also given to United Brethren by two ladies, namely Sister Arnie and Sister Royal. And we always refer to them as Arnie and Royal, because they were the ones who had the ministry going at Content, and then it became United Brethren after they returned. They were also from the United States.
All right, Auntie. The churches in the West, which we would call all the churches outside of this eastern area here. In Manchester, how many churches can you remember being in Manchester? We had Kendall, which was
Yes.
Battersea,
Battersea,
Salem, which is New
New
Green.
Green. We had what we then called Poros.
There was Poros.
Yes.
And we had one was at Germantown.
Germantown is Trelawney.
Trelawney, there was a church in Trelawney
There
at
was a church in
Germantown.
Trelawney. I don't remember how it started, but I know 6 children from that church came to Golden Spring as boarding children of the school that was being in Golden Spring. 6 from that little church in Germantown attended school in Golden Spring.
What about Spalding? There was a church at
There's
Spalding.
a church at Spalding's. That church at Spalding started with Reverend J. Bender, a missionary from the States. He was ministering